Today is February 29, 2024. The Nobel laureate, Professor Soyinka, said that Nigeria should break up if that is what is going to solve the age-long socio-cultural problem like poverty, insecurity that the citizen has been facing for long. When I saw this news, I said, come on, it's like people are now beginning to think the way I think. Because there is one thing in my life that I don't put anything above human beings. Human beings are first. But when you see some persons, because they want to defend Nigeria, they are ready to kill. Because they want to defend Nigeria, they are ready to take away people because of their ambition and so on and so forth. I say, but without human beings, there will not be a nation. So when I see people looking at those who are clamoring for self-determination, for regionalism, people look at, especially top political elites in Nigeria, they look at them as people who are not supposed to exist. I say, come on. If truly we say we want to practice democracy, a referendum is the bedrock and the hub of democracy. That is to say, the people will be able to choose what they want. So when I see that Professor Soyinka is saying this, I was surprised because I thought that all these men, they don't reason. Even though they are professors, I was thinking they don't reason well. Because why would you kill people? Why would you condemn people who said they don't want to belong to a particular country? Even Britain, that colonized Nigeria, that is still in charge of Nigeria now, in their constitution, they put it there that it is the right of their citizens to demand if they want to be in that United Kingdom. Because when you look at Wales, Northern Ireland, and so there are different countries who agreed to form the Great Britain through referendum. And if they want to leave, they will still do the same. So that is the kind of right everybody's supposed to be enjoying. But unfortunately in Nigeria, when you said we want to go on our own, it will become war. People will turn it to fight. People will turn it to different kind of things, of which it is not supposed to be. It is time for us to be thinking right. That if Nigeria is not working, no matter what we do, it is still going back right from 90s, 2000, every day is going back. And I guess it's not only that we have incompetent leaders, but we have also a system problem, even though our leaders are incompetent. So let me read this article for you from Vanguard News. It said, Nobel laureate Professor Wole on Thursday said that Nigeria should break up if what will solve the age-long socioeconomic problems, majorly poverty and insecurity facing the citizens. Soyinka stated this during his speech at the 50th anniversary of Punch newspaper in Lagos State, monitored by Shara reporters, adding that the only way to rescue Nigerians from their plight was to implement decentralization by drafting a new protocol in which all regions will be allowed to decide whether to join or leave through their representatives without resorting to war. Excellent. I think since I know this man from 2020, I'm not talking about the life he lived before. Since 2020, this is the first thing this man said that makes sense to me. I don't know about you, but this is the first thing he said that makes sense to me. We need a new constitution, a new law that will allow people to go their separate ways. If they want to send their representative to form confederation in that region, it's a different thing. The people are going to decide. I don't care how many regions that are going to, have their own part, whether they are 100, I don't care. You know why? If Nigeria is in regions, you will see competition of ideas. You will see competition of prosperity. Now, look at what just happened in Aba. I know the project has started getting to 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, about 18 years. They started the project that is now giving 9 local government out of 17 247 electricity. Now, the project started since, but the governors that has been coming, they never take it serious. They were playing with it. They are not interested in development. They won't tight road. They won't do this. So if Labour Party did not produce an SOT, Abia will not witness what they are witnessing today because the government are not focusing attention. The project has been there getting to 20 years. So that is what I'm talking now. Different states are trying to set up their own speed now to emulate Abia State. That is what I'm talking about, the competition of ideas. Imagine if Nigeria is in 5 regions or 6 regions. You will see competition of ideas. You will see speed trains. This one will say, oh no, this region has built speed train, let us do the same. This region is doing this, let us do the same. You will see competition of ideas. And that is what Nigeria needs. Now, let me go on to read the articles again. It reads, he added that most Nigerian leaders were aware of the fact that Nigeria won't work in this way, but they choose not to do the needful because of lack of political will and commitment. Is it Professor Soyinka that is talking? Because the man I know will not ordinarily talk like this, or maybe he must have seen the reason why he's speaking like this. That most politicians knows that Nigeria won't work, but they choose to keep quiet and not to do anything about it because of their political commitment. This is a tragedy, but let's continue to go. He said, what do you mean by restructuring? Well, I don't even like the word restructuring. I prefer expression like reconfiguration and decentralization. Everybody can grasp that decentralization. And those who need recognize the necessity of it. They recognize the importance, almost the inevitability of it until they get in power. Yes, that is the difference. What he's saying is that politicians understand this, they want this to happen, but immediately they get to power, they don't want it to happen again because of what they are benefiting. They don't want to lose political power. So that is what I'm saying from the beginning of this video, that people value their own political power at the detriment of their people. They are ready to make sure they wipe away people, they take away people, just for them to make sure that they keep their own political power. But this doesn't make sense. And that is why I fought that word democracy. Because in Africa, I think democracy has another meaning in the Western world based on what I'm seeing. But in Africa, democracy is never the government of the people. Democracy is never the government by the people. And democracy is never the government for the people. If you don't understand what I'm saying, look at Niger before the military coup. Was there resources for them? How much was France paying them for their resources? Why is France still printing money for Francophone countries? These are the issues we are talking about. That democracy is not the government of the people, it is not by the people, and it is not for the people. Yes, in Africa, we do have so-called election that brings the regime change. But I do tell people that the regime change is not the hope of the people. The regime change is not the hope of the masses. Every four years in Africa, or as the case may be, depending the tenure of a president, people clamor for a new regime, that new things will come. But does it come? Absolutely no. Things continue to get worse. So this is what I am saying. Now, let us continue to read this article. It says, it is about time. I think leaders stop taking this nation, for a ride. You know, we must decentralize. Security, you know, has become a burden to bear from all corners of the nation. That is the crime. Decentralize so that government can come closer to the people and productivity can really be manifested as a product of citizens, not simply as a manna from heaven. That is the attitude obtained at the moment. If you check my previous videos and the interviews I granted with the South African author that is frequent on my programs, we are talking about Afro-democracy, the new African order. And that is what Professor Soyinka is saying, that government have to be closer to the people. Presidency is useless to us. What is the National Assembly doing? The House of Rep and Senate, why do we have both of them? What will Senate do that House of Rep can do? Scrape one. Stop all this. Let us have representatives from the region. Let them form like the Senate. Finish. Now, what is presidency doing? President don't know what is going on in your village. And if I talk like this, people will say, no, we have three types of government, the federal, the state, and the local government. The local government is dead in Nigeria. Local government does not function. And the power of the president can dominate and render even state governor ineffective. Even though your state governor is good though, he can never make the price of cement to change. He cannot make the price of commodities in the market to change. Your governor is not the central bank. Your governor is not the chief security officer that is in charge of security. So what we are talking about is that the president is against the people. And this nation need to go into region or break up. There is nothing wrong about it. It's not a crime to call for a referendum. It's not a crime to call for a breakup of a nation that is not working. But thank God that somebody like Professor Soyinka is saying this, because when we talk, people think that, oh, these guys don't really know what they are talking about. According to Buhari said, oh, look at Nnamdi Kanu. He's not aware when we fought the war. We teach the language they will understand. Is that a reasonable somebody? Absolutely no. Because if he's a reasonable somebody, he would understand that what these people are saying is not a crime. It's not a bad thing. So let us negotiate with them. What do people want? Okay, if this is what you... But they want to fight to keep Nigeria that is not working. That is the problem. Now, I still have 2-3 paragraphs here to read. Then Professor Soyinka continued to talk about the fear. He says, I know the fear. The fear is collapse, breakup. That has been the excuse given by several regimes. But suppose the nation is breaking up informally. In other words, as a fact rather than as a theory. Then, and you better just address this. Concentrate on and see exactly what happened. What is wrong with general representatives? See them and say this is the protocol of our association. Anything outside of it, anyone who does not want to accept these protocols, abide by these protocols, and manifest these protocols in the act should be take a walk. I have no problem at all. So what he's saying is that, sorry that I did not read the place very well. What he's saying is that if people are afraid that Nigeria will break up, that is why they don't want them to return into region, come to table and ask people, let us have a protocol. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to stay with us, stay with Nigeria, then let us continue to work it out. So if you want to leave, he's saying, I don't have problem with this. I don't have problem with it. Now, the last paragraph says, we leave what is known as the nation, beginning as a vast football field and ending up as a ping-pong table. Exactly. If that is going to restore dignity to citizens, if that is going to guarantee 3 square meals a day, then so be it. One of my favorite expressions with people is, let nation die and humanity live. Wow, what an awesome speech, what an awesome presentation. As I was saying, I'm surprised that Professor Wole Soyinka has this idea and he's talking like this. I'm really surprised because this is a kind of person that when you talk about breaking up Nigeria, they'll begin to call you fascist, of which is not supposed to be so. I want our elders to listen to the younger ones. I want our elders to listen to the youth. I want our elders to listen to what people that are growing up are saying, because children can see far now more than the elders, because the elders don't really know what is going on, no matter the level of education. Hi, stop it. Most of our elders don't really know what is going on. So let me know what you think on the comment section and share this video. Thanks so much.